Welcome viewers to our coverage of the Red Light Racing Truck Series at Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois. Cloudy skies and cool weather should provide some great racing for us today. Drivers are on the track now, finishing up their qual laps, and we'll get them going here pretty soon. They'll be gridding up and heading around to the green flag. Your announcers today are Jeremy Patterson, myself, and with me is Matt Breckel. Matt, how do you feel about tonight's race and our first live broadcast?
Feeling great about this. We got 8 good drivers coming out tonight. We got the fixed setup, and they had a good practice session. Got some good information off those guys. Sounds like it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, I think it will be, and we talked to them a little bit earlier. They're real excited to be back. It's been a couple months since they've had a official league race. We took the summer off and did some recruiting, and they all sound pretty excited to get back to racing with us.
Yeah, I think everybody's looking forward to seeing the new overlays that we've been designing, and just getting back to racing after a couple weeks off.
Yep, and we're excited to be able to bring a broadcast finally. I know you've worked a lot on it, and I've worked a lot on it, and I'm sure we'll have a little bit of rustiness here and there, but eventually we'll be able to give everybody a great broadcast, something they can really look forward to. I know when I used to have my races broadcast, I used to enjoy watching the replays and everything the next day, so hopefully we can provide that for our drivers and help them want to come race with us. It looks like they're done qualifying now. They're going to be starting to grid here. You're one of the drivers up there revving his engine already. They're ready to go. Couple drivers still waiting to get on the grid, and we'll be taking off here pretty soon. Pace car will take them around for just one pace lap, and then we'll go green.
Yeah, Jeremy, it looks like we got Keith Haney's on the pole today with a 30.483 on his qual time. And let's see, going back through the field, second will be the 00 car, Robert Craze. He's 30.515.
We've got William Kirk in third with a 30.522. Damon Gilbert in fourth with a 30.536. Followed up by Dustin Lee, Timothy Lewis, Joshua Buckley, and Kevin O'Brien. So there's your field. Pace car rolls off, and we're getting ready to go green flag racing finally here again at Red Light Racing.
Yeah, as we get ready to go, I just want to talk about you're going to have 2 resets, yellow flags, lucky dogs, double file restarts with lap cars in the back. Here we go.
Green flag.
Flag is out, and they'll take off. Side-by-side action with the 51 of Dustin Lee and Robert Craze on the outside. Whoa! Timothy Lewis moves to the outside and hits the wall just a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was trying to avoid O'Brien there. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Gilbert, I believe.
Timothy Lewis looks to the inside. I think he's going to make that pass in the front stretch. Ooh, Timothy got a little touch of that apron there. Oh, looks like Timothy's spinning into the infield.
He's in the grass.
Looks like he collected himself there and he's back on the track. Good save.
Yeah, good save by him.
Yeah, you get that, you touch that apron, man, it really gets you loose. Looks like Robert Craze is threatening Joshua Buckley for that spot. We're on board with with Robert Craze right now. It's a tough call whether or not to use that apron. It's a little rough getting on and off of it, but some people think it helps with the lap time a little bit.
Yeah, it can definitely help your time, but you just got to be careful of the transitions on and off, like you're saying.
Absolutely, Matt. It can really mess you up. Got a pretty close run for the lead here between Keith Haney and William Kirk. Both of these guys are really fast in practice.
Yeah, I've been checking out those intervals. They've been staying around 0.1, 0.2 seconds. He's right on him.
Looks like Haney's doing a pretty good job of holding him off. I tell you what, Haney, he's a new addition to our league, and he is a fast driver.
Yes, he is. Back a ways, Kevin O'Brien has passed Robert Craze for the 6th position.
There's a view of Keith Haney's rear view mirror. He's got William Kirk right in it. Oh, we got a wreck.
Whatever you can, but doing a really good job. Tell me about your race.
Bad wreck. Let's go back and watch what happened here. Looks like Kevin O'Brien got a little bit loose. It's just enough to hit that 68 of Damon Gilbert. Ah, that caused a big old mess. Robert Craze got collected in that. Let's go back and watch what led up to this.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
84 just came up a little bit.
Yeah, just barely touched him. Wow, that caused a bad wreck. Well, these guys got a couple resets, so they'll be able to go into the pit.
They're coming down pit road now.
Yep, leaders are coming down pit road.
Say, Haney's decided to stay out. He's decided he's not going to pit right now.
Yeah, you know, sometimes, you only got 10 laps on the tires, and sometimes they feel like they're just starting to settle in on you, and you want to stay out there on them while they're feeling good. It's a tough call, though. You got all those trucks right behind you that got fresh tires. That's going to be tough to keep them off your tail.
Yeah, especially given the history in our league, usually there's a lot of long green flag runs, so I don't know if this is the right decision. We'll see.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that myself. This could end up biting them on fuel if we have a long run. I know we've had races where, we had a caution the first few laps, and then there weren't any more cautions for the rest of the race. And so this could work in his favor, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here, though, and say that I don't think any of those guys can still make it without having to make another pit stop.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I think they can go about 57, 58 laps on a tank of fuel here, so there's definitely going to be at least one more stop. Whether it's under green or under yellow, we'll have to wait and see. And while they're pacing around, we'll just remind you of next week. We'll be racing 90 laps at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Same time, practice will be at 8, qualifying at 8:30, and the race will be at 8:35. And that race will also be live broadcast on Twitch from the Red Light Network.
Yeah, New Hampshire's always a good track to go to. It's going to be lots of kind of a little bit of beating and banging to try to make sure you have that right line.
Yeah, it can be real tough with how flat it is. There's barely any banking on that track. New Hampshire's one of those tracks that I don't feel like I'm good at, but I've won a couple of races there, and I don't know. I don't feel like I'm good at the track, but maybe that's what makes me push that much harder and try that much more and work on my line. All right, lights are off on the pace car. Our drivers are going to get doubled up here.
Something to take a gander at right there. I'm starting on the outside. Timothy Lewis. He had an 8.9 second pit stop, so it looks like he probably only took 2 tires. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, that's a good catch. Also, Kevin O'Brien, his pit stop was only 5.7 seconds, so I'm not even sure he was able to get tires out of that.
Yeah, that might have just been damage repair.
Yep.
Everyone's still in the lead lap. Even Damon Gilbert's on his way back up.
Yep, we'll get all grouped together here, coming into 3 and 4 over the tunnel, and we're about to go green flag racing again. Pace car ducks off.
Green.
Keith Haney hangs on to the lead for now.
Yeah, Timothy on the outside line already lost 2 spots.
It's like Damon Gilbert's kind of stuck on that inside line. That could be bad for him. Sometimes it's tough when you're stuck down there. Oh, we see the 51.
68.
The 51 of Dustin Lee spun on that. Let's go back and have a look at what happened.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to check up to avoid hitting the 68 and ended up bouncing off.
Yeah, that might have been what happened.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it looked like the other 2 guys.
Yeah, Kevin O'Brien and Robert Craze. Ah, unfortunate for them. That's going to be their second reset there.
Yeah.
Have a look on board with Kevin O'Brien.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, you see that wreck happen in front of him. Yeah, right? I'm sure they're not happy about it, but it's fun for us to watch. Ah, that's awful for them. I hate to see the same 2 guys get caught up twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like Robert Craze moved up the track to get out of the way of all the trouble, and maybe moved up just a little too far and come off the wall, and that caught Kevin O'Brien up in it. So we got a few cars on pit road right now.
Yeah, Timothy Lewis, I guess, decided that 2 tire stop didn't work out so well.
Yeah, maybe. It can get loose. I usually avoid the 2 tire thing unless I really need it. I'll do that maybe in the last 10 laps of a race, but not early on. Tim's a good driver, though. He's real good. Keeps a cool head, and I think he can handle it. He probably got out there, felt like it was loose, and said, you know, I'm going to get tires. That's a smart way of doing it.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. You know, especially now, you know, you're still in the lead lap. It's not like, you know, they're multiple laps ahead of you. You can easily get back up to the front.
Yep. And with a small field like this, the starting position isn't quite as important as it is, you know, if you have a 30 or 40 car field, you got to have really good starting position. Looks like Dustin Lee's going to go back down pit road. Oh, that's right, all 3 cars that were involved are coming down pit road now.
Yeah, and Keith Haney once again decides he's going to stay. He's actually the only person who hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, I just noticed that. He has stayed out. Joshua Buckley didn't pit this time either, but yeah, Keith Haney didn't take a pit stop either time. I don't know, like I said, you know, we don't think it's going to play out too well, but he's shown himself time and again to be a really good driver, so he knows what he's doing. He might know something we don't know.
It's definitely true.
And it looks like the guys who pitted are all catching back up to the field here.
Yeah, Josh Buckley on the outside. He was the winner of our summer series and of season 1 here at the on Red Light.
That's right. He has definitely shown himself to be a really good driver, winning that championship and then doing really, really well in our summer series.
Yeah, glad to see him back with us again. That's good.
Yeah, definitely glad to see him back with us. And it looks like a couple of those cars dove down pit road again. Maybe they need to get a little bit more repair time. Lights are off on the pace car, so they can't spend a whole lot of time in there if they don't want to fall back. Alright, pace cars coming around 3 and 4 again. As we get ready to go green, pace car will dive off. Looks like everybody got caught back up. Let's hope we have a good clean
Ready,
start
green
here.
Flag, green flag.
Keith Haney with an awesome race.
Yeah, he really did. He got out there pretty well. Looked like the 2 of Joshua Buckley may have slipped up a little bit. That allowed Tim Lewis to get right on his bumper. Tim Lewis is now 2x2 with Robert Craze. And William Kirk and Josh Buckley are 2x2. Lots of trucks diving down onto that apron.
Robert Craze with a little wiggle there. But he saved it. It's good.
Keith Haney's still holding the lead. He's led every lap so far this race. Tell you what, I don't think William Kirk's gonna let him sweep the race though.
Yeah, don't count Buckley
William
out
and Buckley,
either.
those
He's right
guys.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Buckley's a big threat to him too. Go on board with Keith Haney. Looking back towards those 2 trucks that are just breathing right down his neck. Ooh, William Kirk got a little bit of the apron there. You better be careful with that thing. Yeah, looked like that caused William Kirk to lose a little bit of ground on Keith. Damon Gilbert and Timothy Lewis are going side by side as well. Ooh, they almost touched. I think they might have touched a little bit there. I'll tell you what, though, that was good patient driving on Timothy Lewis's part. A lot of people would get into that bumper and just stay in it.
Yep. Looks like Buckley's setting sail trying to catch up with Haney here.
Back here with Timothy Lewis and Dustin Lee. Looks like Dustin got his stuff fixed up pretty good, and he's moving back towards the front. Or trying to work his way up there. Looks like all 3 of these cars are right about the same speed. Ooh, 51 of Dustin Lee moves down to the inside. Now he's underneath Timothy Lewis. He got around the 68 of Damon Gilbert. Definitely a good battle back here for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye up on front. They're kind of stabilized, about a half a second off between second and third.
Yeah, it looks like they got pretty well sorted out. And, you know, these guys battling hard, they're just losing more and more time on the leaders. But you don't want to give anything up either. It's like Dustin Lee looked like he was going to look to the inside, but he's going to tuck back up there in the middle. Timothy Lewis is going real wide. He might have just let him go. He might have decided, you know, I don't want to be getting caught up in this. So that'll move Dustin Lee up to the 4th spot. Meanwhile, our leaders, we got a little bit sorted out, but Joshua Buckley's still on his tail.
Oh yeah, a couple laps ago, Haney had a pretty good lead, but he's started slowing down, or it's just Buckley's tires are not falling off as much.
Still have some intense battling going on here for 4th place.
Yeah, now that I think about it, 87, you know, not having pitted, the 2 car has much better tires.
Yeah, he does. Buckley has newer tires, and he's only 0.2 seconds behind him. Battle for the lead here. I'll tell you what, Haney's doing a pretty good job of keeping Buckley off of him for being on older tires. I think he's got probably 20 laps worth of tires on him. Actually, he's got about 10 laps worth of tires on him. That first pit stop was on lap 10.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, trying to figure out the math in my head. I think he should be about half a tank right now, so he's probably has about 25 to 30 laps left before he'll have to come in for a green flag.
That's true, and I bet you that's right. That's on his mind right now. He's thinking about that. That you know, that could end up biting him. Could end up helping him, because if there were a caution right now, boy, he's in a great spot. But if it stays green, that's going to really bite him. Of course, if it stays green the rest of the way, then he's all right, because everybody's going to have to pit at least one more time.
Yeah, those
However,
guys
we are in the
racing.
window.
Yeah, that's true. If anybody pits now, it'll be their last time.
That's right. Yep, we're far enough along that the next pit stop could be your last one if it stays green.
Yeah, checking its speed charts, it looks like Kevin O'Brien has dropped back a little bit from the rest of the pack. Maybe he decided that stuff going on between Gilbert, Lewis, and Craze was a little too crazy for him.
Yeah, that like I said, that hurts to get bit in the first 2 cautions that early on in the race. And your leaders, Keith's still holding them off by a quarter of a second. And it looks like everyone's pretty well sorted out now, which is not good for Keith Haney.
Well, I will say that Gilbert and Lewis are pretty close together.
Yeah, all three of these cars, Robert Craze, Damon Gilbert, and Timothy Lewis, still duking it out pretty well. So William Kirk managed to get himself, I'm sorry, Dustin Lee managed to get himself up in that 4th position, and he's just hanging on to it, slowly making progress on the leaders.
Alright, up in the front, looks like we're a battle for the lead.
Oh, Joshua Buckley moved underneath.
And they
No, let's not have the leaders wreck each other.
So they looked like they were about
Wow,
to
that
hit each
was
other,
close.
but they held off.
Let's watch a replay of that real quick. They were so close, that made me nervous. Wow, they may have even touched each other there. That was pretty wild. It's like this battle back here in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, or 5th, 6th, and 7th spots getting hot again too. But Joshua Buckley is just not letting up on Keith at all. Oh no,
Yeah, I
but
think
Buckley
Keith
just got into the wall.
Yeah, he did. I was about to say that it looks like Keith's tires may be starting to give up on him, but Buckley may have opened the door.
Yeah, he really did. Wow, he hit the wall pretty hard. Yeah, that lost him about a half of a second there. Go back and watch this really close battle for 5th. Looks like Kevin O'Brien is going to pit here.
I think
He's
he's
on the
coming off
apron.
pit road, about to get lapped here.
Oh, he's coming off a pit road. Okay. And yep, that will put him another lap down.
But he is the first taker for the last round of pit stops.
That is true. You know, he's raced with us pretty much every race we've run.
Yeah, it's really hard, going all the way from Australia to the, East Coast American server. This ping's got to be crazy.
Yeah, it really is tough. But, you know, he's a trooper. He sticks with us and races with us week after week, and we're glad to have him here. He helps out with the admin commands, too, which is definitely nice for us. Give us a little bit of a break.
Oh, yeah, great. And a good racer, too. Finished second. Looks like Dustin Lee.
Yep, Dustin Lee moves to the outside and passes William Kirk on the outside on the backstretch. Kirk looks like he's pitting. We're looking at green flag pit stops.
And now it's Keith.
Keith Haney has a comfortable 2-second lead right now on Joshua Buckley. Like I said, he might know something we don't know. This could end up playing in his favor. You know, while we're on the topic of Kevin O'Brien, everybody in the league, you know, to give him a big thanks. He gave us a generous donation last season to help pay for league costs and website and all that stuff, and that's really nice of him. We do appreciate that. We hope to never have to ask for fees for our league and just rely on donations.
Yeah, definitely donations is the way to go. You really don't want to charge people money to run a league if you don't have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Timothy Lewis and David Gilbert, they're going to pit. We're almost down to 30 to go. We start to cycle through green flag pit stops here.
Yeah, Buckley's got to be just waiting on the pit road because he's already lost 3/10.
Yeah. Well, Keith has less than 10 laps of fuel left. So I don't know if he's going to be able to stay out a whole lot longer.
Well, he's led all 48 laps so far.
Yeah, he has. He'll definitely get the bonus point for most laps led. I think he's gunning for those 3 bonus points for the win, though.
Yeah, right now we got 4 cars on the lead lap. And it looks like there's 00 probably going down pit road too.
Yes, he is. So after 50 laps here, 51 laps, we've had 2 cautions, 0 lead changes. Keith Haney has held on to it the entire time.
Yeah, don't look now, but Dustin Lee looks like he's going to try to take second place up here pretty soon.
Yeah, he's about a half a second away from Josh Buckley. And he is closing fast. Josh Buckley is pitting right now.
And then there were 2.
Yeah. Still 2 cars in the lead lap. Dustin Lee and Josh Buckley.
Yeah, even with those caution laps, I can't see him going more than like 61 or 62 laps.
Yeah, I don't. He's got to pit here in a few laps. Unless he's emptied out his roll bars and filled those with fuel as well.
Dustin Lee pulled off.
His pit time was only 4.4 seconds, so I think he's doing a fuel-only strategy. Oh, he's pulling off into the pit road. I'm sorry. His last pit time was only 4 seconds, so he must have done fuel-only on his last pit stop. Looks like he's taking 2 in fuel and heading out. I'll tell you what, we might have to come up with a bonus point for fuel mileage award as well. This guy is just moving.
Yeah, he's got to be on fumes right now.
What do you think he's going to do? You think he's going to do a splash and go? You think he's, or just get a fuel or get right sides or what?
Yeah, I think he's just going to do a splash of fuel and right sides only. He's going to try to limit the damage. He's got Dustin Lee and Kirk that are battling for second right now, but they're both a lap down.
Yep.
Yeah, it looked like Lee, Kirk, and Timothy Lewis all took right sides only, maybe, and Joshua Buckley did a full pit stop.
Yeah, and I don't know if Joshua Buckley's going to have enough time left to make that up. We got... Oh, looks like Keith Haney is finally pitting, so that car can run out of fuel. Oh, he come in fast. He might get a... You know what? I think he's going to get a speeding penalty.
Might have.
He came flying in there. If he get... I tell you what, if he gets a speeding penalty, that's going to cost him the win.
Yep. The other guys are now on the lead lap.
William Kirk fell back quite a bit. He might have got into the wall. Looked like he pushed. Looked like he pushed a little high. Had to come off the gas and still scrape the wall a little bit. All right, let's see if these guys can catch up to that. Keith Haney, he's moving. He's coming off a pit road. Let's see if, I don't know if he's got a black flag or not. He may have to come back around and do a penalty.
That was a...
That tell you what, Dustin Lee's going to pass him.
Kirk's about to get him too.
Yep, new leader, Dustin Lee.
But I think he's going to be able to hold off Buckley.
William Kirk gets around Keith Haney. Wow. What a turn of event.
Well, Haney did a full 14.6 stop.
Yeah, he got 4 tires, and the other guys got 2. That might be the deciding factor, but you know, we still got 20 laps left. That's enough time for him to catch up. With him only being 2.5 seconds
definitely
behind the leader.
Yeah, with tire fall off, any mistakes at all, he's going to be right there.
You just saw Kevin O'Brien doing a great job getting up out of the way of the leaders. Damon Gilbert and Robert Craze are battling that a little bit. Robert's going to look to the inside, and he's going to complete the pass on the front stretch. Keith Haney, he is making ground on William Kirk. His last lap was a quarter second faster. Yep. Yeah, he's running. His last lap was a quarter second faster than William Kirk's last lap. Yeah, he's catching right up to him. Look at this. He's got to be careful not to run him over. Ooh, Haney gets a little loose there between turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think that was partly...
Wow, he caught up fast.
So much.
Yeah, I think it was. I think he really had to check up because he closed really fast on William Kirk.
You know, Kevin was like, "Come on, lucky dog."
Yeah, right? Dustin Lee has a comfortable 2-second lead right now. Oh, here we go. Oh, no.
Yep,
William Kirk gets into the wall. Haney was going to pass him anyway, looked like. I think what happened is Kirk once again got tight and had to come off the gas. That's why Haney shot past him so fast. And when Dustin moved up into the wall, man, that ate his time up.
All right, Dustin Lee, it's time to show him what you got.
Yep, he's got a comfortable lead. 2.6 seconds with only 17 to go. Right now, it's all about running clean lap. And everyone's pretty well sorted out right now. I could see this going green to the end. I'll tell you what, it was a little messy at the beginning. That wasn't very characteristic of this league. But yeah, they really straightened it up, and it hasn't been just because they're spread out. I mean, there's been a lot of good battling going on.
Yeah, all those guys, 5th, 6th, 7th, they've been battling almost the whole race. That's the second differential.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. They've been battling hard. A lot of fun to watch. It's nerve-wracking watching, too, because you just sit there on the edge of your seat like, oh, please don't wreck. Please don't wreck.
I might have been looking at the timing board. Did we get to do a crank it up segment yet?
I don't think we did. Let's turn that on right now and...
Alright.
Listen to the trucks go by. Tell you what, nothing beats the sound of those cars going by in real life.
Yeah, definitely. And listening in on the driver's channel, William Kirk says there's debris in turn 2. He wants a yellow.
Yeah. I bet you he hopes there is. Yeah, Dustin Lee's still hanging on with a good 2.1 seconds.
Yeah, he's cut about a half a second off, but it's taken him 6 laps to do it, so I don't think doesn't look like he's going to make it.
Coming to 10 to go. Keith Haney, 2 seconds. He just might not have enough time to catch up. He's still running faster laps than Dustin is, though. I'll tell you what, Matt, he might be able to do it. He's making up quarter second to a half second on the last lap.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got 10 to go.
I'm looking at it. He's just since we talked last, he's chopped another 3-4 tenths off.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking at back there. Josh Buckley was trying to take third spot from William Kirk, but I think the big story is going to be number 1 and number 2 here.
Yeah, Keith has shaved off another couple tenths. And Kirk and Buckley, yeah, they're fighting for that third spot. I tell you what, this is always the point in the race. If I'm just barely not going to be able to make that next position, I start thinking of all the stuff I did wrong that I could have done better.
Yeah, Dustin Lee needs to be not so much focused on that and focus on his own line here, because he's got a big number 87 truck coming up behind him.
Yeah, he does. Keith's almost within a second of him. I tell you what, I'm looking at the rate at which he's catching up, and with 7 laps to go, I think he might be able to do it. I think getting 4 tires might have been the right call. Hard to say though. There's not a whole lot of time left.
We'll see how big Dustin Lee can make that truck.
I'll tell you what, when we were 10 to go, the gap was 2 seconds. Now we're 5 to go, and it's a 1 second gap. Or 6 to go. And that's, boy, that's got to be eating away at Dustin there. You can now see them both in the view. Go have a look at William Kirk and Josh Buckley. They're fighting hard for that podium position. I think Buckley might be able to get around him. Buckley is really closing that gap fast. He's going to look to the outside, or is he going to dive underneath? God, I love it when there's good battles going on this late in the race.
Yeah, this lead battle for leads is heating up. 4 laps to go, 0.8 seconds.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, definitely. If it was like 10 laps to go, it would be no question Haney's going to take it. But he might. Yep. It's going to be close.
I'll tell you what, though, just the nervousness factor. I know Dustin's got to be nervous. You know, when you're up leading like that, you know the guy behind you is faster than you are. You don't know, you only got 2 laps to go. You don't know how much faster he is. I don't know. I think Keith may have run out of time here.
Down to a half a second.
Yeah, he was grinding it down, but I just don't know if he's going to make it. Dustin Lee's going to come around here on turns 3 and 4 and take the white flag. Keith has a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, he actually lost a tenth there.
Yeah, he really did. Hey, he made a good run at it though. I'll tell you what. I thought he was going to be able to pull it off. I bet you Dustin thought he was going to be able to pull it off too.
Yeah, he just about 5 laps.
Oh no! I think Buckley just got on the wall. And here they come across the finish line. William Kirk and Joshua Buckley. Lewis, Robert Craig, Damon Gilbert, and Kevin O'Brien. So Dustin Lee is going to win our first race of the season in the Red Light Truck Series.
Yeah, it was a good race. Good race.
Yeah, that really was great. That was a lot of fun to watch. Dustin's going to burn the tires off of that.
Oh yeah. Well deserved after that one.
Yeah, that was hard fought. So congratulations to Dustin Lee. Once he gets done with his burnout, we'll pull him down into the room here and get an interview, see what he thought about those last laps, see if they were as exciting for him as they were for us. Dustin Lee, this is Jeremy Patterson. How you feeling? Dustin, you got a copy? Dustin, you got a copy? Well, let's go ahead and talk to our second place. Actually, we don't have him on TeamSpeak. We'll pull William Kirk down here. William Kirk, this is Jeremy Patterson. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Was it as exciting for you as it was for us? Because we really enjoyed watching that.
It was exciting towards the end with Buckley breathing down my neck. That was exciting.
Yeah, he really was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he really was.
Pretty scary.
So what'd you think of the first race? Do you think we're going to have a good season?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, there was what, 2 or 3 cautions? 2, I think. I don't know, but it was pretty low on cautions, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, everyone was racing clean, you know, and it was a good time. Dustin came out of, I don't want to say came out of nowhere. He was fast all race. Dustin coming and getting the win like that, and then Keith having his first race with us and finishing second and dominating the first half of the race. It was a good shakeup of events. There were many plot twists that I would not have called. So yeah, I think I think it was fun.
Yeah, I thought it was a great race. It was definitely fun to watch it. We really enjoyed it. And well, thank you for racing with us. We enjoyed having you, and hopefully you'll continue to race with us all season and give these guys hell, man.
Oh yeah, well we're going for a championship. And I want to say thanks to you guys, and thanks for for putting this on and the awesome broadcast, and thanks to my buddy Kalen for watching, because the boss, and just looking forward to the rest of the season with you guys, and I can't wait to go for a championship and fight with the best of them.
All right, we're looking forward to. Thanks, Dustin. Or thanks, William.
No problem, bud.
I got my mic working here.
Dustin.
How's it feel to be the winner of the first race of our new season?
It feels awesome, man. I was worried about it for a while there, because definitely in practice I was very, very slow, but learned the track a little bit more during the race and watch these other guys and kind of learned a little something, I guess.
How'd it feel with you saw Keith Haney right behind you? He was gaining on you. Just didn't have enough laps.
Man, I was worried. I was like, all right, I got this lead. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when he gets here, but yeah, I was just trying to hold on. He was really coming there at the very end, especially when he got my draft.
Yeah, we were watching it. At first, we didn't think he had much of a shot, but then they getting closer and closer. It's like, you know what? He may actually pull this off. But luckily for you, like I heard on the driver's channel, he said he was about 5 laps too short.
Yeah, I'm glad it was 80 laps instead of like 81, because he probably would have got me in the next 2 laps or so. But yeah, took 2 tires there, and I guess that's what really made the difference. It got me out in front of him, because if I was behind him, I don't think I could have caught up to him or anything else.
Yeah, that was a good call there, I guess, with the 2 tire stops. Him not pitting at all until that point, he had to take 4 tires and a full load of fuel just to make it.
Yeah, 10-4. I was kind of banking on that too, because like you said, he didn't pit at all, so I knew he had to take 4, because otherwise, if he just took 2, those left sides are going to be burnt up.
Well, sweet. Well, congratulations again on the first victory of the new season.
10-4. Thank you, and thank you guys for the song.
Absolutely. That was a lot of fun for both of us. Matt, I had a great time watching that.
Yeah, I did too. That was a great first broadcast. Looking forward to a lot more like that in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Want to remind our viewers that next week we'll be racing 90 laps at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Same time, be Monday at 8 p.m. We'll start practice. Broadcast will go up just before 8:30 or right around 8:30 p.m. and you get to see these guys race again. And that's going to conclude today's coverage of the Red Light Racing Truck Series. Visit redlightleague.com for official results, standings, schedules, and more. The results from this race will be posted shortly. If you're interested in joining the league, log into iRacing.com and click on Leagues to search for us and apply. We're Red Light Racing. And we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We hope you join us next week for our coverage of the Red Light Racing Truck Series. Until next time, good night.
Good night, everybody.